Hey guys, what's happening? It's Pseuderity, and today I wanted to talk about ten different things that I personally would like Riot to do or implement, activate, I don't know, any kind of word you want to use, that I think that they won't do. Um, you know, these are the things that I really would like to see Riot do with League of Legends. But I don't know if they'll happen in the future. Who knows? Um, so right off the bat, number one, I think making the durability update durable again. To me, I mean, I do play ADC, so there is that. ADCs should be able to get bursted by assassins. They should be squishy. That's the role. But several months ago, I think at the start of the season, they implemented what they called the durability patch. And I believe it just kind of buffed everyone's base to armor and magic resist and maybe gave a little HP to everybody. And for a few weeks there, it did seem like the durability patch kind of did its job and fights were lasting a little longer. Things were a lot more skill based instead of, one mistake caused like, oh, the fight's over. You could kind of outplay people a little more because fights lasted longer, and I really enjoyed that while it lasted. But it seems like the damage creep and everything is kind of back, and the fights aren't lasting as long as they used to. And I kind of wish Riot would take more of a stance of prolonged trades, very drawn out team fights, over assassins being able to one shot everything and the damage just being off the rails. Because in my opinion, for games like games like League, I think overall like nerfs are better and healthier for the game than buffs are. Um, but that's just an opinion of mine. I'm not a game designer. I don't know everything about it, but I personally love seeing when really overtuned champions get nerfed instead of like the lower cast of champions kind of getting buffed. Everyone likes buffs because everyone loves to see their favorite champion get buffed. But honestly, I wish Riot would, lean more towards nerfs, but they don't because buffs are more popular. So yeah, make durability durable again. That's my first thing. Two is a pretty cool idea that I came up with, and I wish that Riot would do this because it would be a huge. I know Riot's all about money, and this would make a shitload of money. Legendary tier gender swap skins of every default skin. Now, I think this would be really easy to implement too. You could just take a section of the skin team, just let them go for a month or more, 2 months to do this, and then just literally put like fucking boobs on the guy champions, make their faces look like female faces, make all the female champs look a little more muscular, give them mannish faces, and then change the splash art slightly, and then slap a legendary price tag on it. You would also have to get new voice acting as well for all the characters. But if they imagine if they announce this one at the start of a season, like, by the way, everyone's champion, you can play as the other gender of your favorite champion now. People would lose their fucking minds. They would go berserk. Everyone would buy them. And I'm thinking they should do this with the default skins, like, just make it the female version of, like, I don't know, you could do like female Draven. You could do like fucking male Lux, male Lowy, male Sona, like all kinds of crazy combinations. But yeah, just focus on the default skins, and then if it's successful, which it would be, you could then branch out to the rest of the skins. Which I'm sure from if you've got the voices recorded, the models down, then I feel like you could pretty easily transfer it to the rest of the skins. But it's a great idea, and Riot's missing out right there. My third idea. So this is the third thing. This is items or champions that can temporarily cut down bushes. I think this would be a very cool mechanic. Probably the more I think about it, the less I feel like it would be good for balance. because there are a lot of like strategies and champions and stuff that rely on like bushes and the gameplay that that provides. But I think it'd be a very cool idea to have maybe a mythic item that allows you every like 10 minutes or so to cut down a bush, and it would like leave the patch of like trimmed grass right there, and but it would regrow throughout the match. So it eventually at like maybe a few minutes later it would just poop come back to regular height. And or you could put it on a champion ability. I think that would be really cool. Something like the opposite of Ivern, like you could make a sort of like huntsman character who can cut down bushes or something like that. He's like Ivern's nemesis. I think that'd be pretty sweet. So that's another idea. But number 4, I am pretty passionate about this one right here. But this idea is to make prestige skins exclusive to the mains of the champions, and with a certain amount of mastery points, you could unlock the prestige skin. Um, and overall, I think just better rewards for like dedicated players, because Riot, there's currently absolutely no rewards for hitting 500,000 mastery points, a million mastery points on your favorite champion. And personally, I think the prestige skins are too easy to acquire. Sure, they cost money, but it's like, I don't know. I think prestige skins should be tied to your mastery on a champion. Like you can gain the ability to purchase the skin once you hit a certain level of mastery. Maybe it may have mastery 700k, 300k, I don't know. But like I have 500k on like a few different champions, and it would be cool to see something, tossed my way. This is a very selfish request, but like I don't know. I think the people who have over a million points on a certain champion should get rewarded, and they don't. They don't, other than the number on the loading screen. So that kind of sucks. Um, Also, so on number 5, this is kind of leaning more into the um, the dedicated player category. I think players who hit the level cap, I forget what the level cap is, but at certain point you stop earning new borders and new icons and stuff like that. But to me, if you're dedicated enough to hit level like 700, 600, you should get more rewards. They should just fucking reward you for being a whale, basically, and for supporting the game like you do. But they don't. And I think level 500 is the Eternus icon, or the Eternus border for your champion or whatever in the main menu, and that's all. Like after 500, you're just gonna get champion capsules from then on out, and it's really sad. There's no more progression past that point. So I feel like Riot should definitely address that. Um, number 6, number 6. If a ward is hit before it goes invisible, the duration of the ward should be reduced. I do applaud Riot for I think fairly recently, like within the past couple months, they implemented a new system where if you attack the ward or ping the ward before it goes invisible, you get +5 gold. So that's kind of cool, and I do appreciate that change. But I think they could go a step further and reward players who damage the ward before it has the chance to go invisible. So regular wards have 3 HP, and if you hit it once, it should probably reduce the duration by like 20 seconds or something like that. Twice, maybe reduce it by 30 seconds, 40 seconds. I don't know. I think wards stay around for like a minute, something like that. But it would be very cool because it would give a whole new level of strategy to the support role, because supports, I feel like some people, myself included, we place wards haphazardly. Even if the enemy is like right in front of us, we'll just place it in the bush. Even if they could contest it, I'll just throw it down because it'll go invisible and it'll do its job, whatever. Maybe they'll get 5 gold, maybe they ping it, who cares? But it would encourage people to place their wards in like in a safer way, and fear the threat of the opponent damaging it before it goes invisible, because the effectiveness would be reduced. So I think that would be a very cool change, but I don't think Riot will ever do it. Number 7, make Dragon and Baron deadlier, and Rift Herald by extension. I think that these objectives are far too weak. They don't do enough damage, in my opinion. They're these massive, imposing, towering creatures on the map, and one or two people can take them down. So it's like, I don't know. I think the DPS of Baron and Dragon should be increased to kind of make them a bigger deal to take and more of a threat and more contestable as well. Riot did implement a change a few months ago where they made the resistances of the dragons higher, which I do really appreciate that change because it gives more opportunity to contest the dragon because it takes a little longer to kill them. But I think their damage should be increased as well. Because currently, like no one is afraid of a dragon. Or I mean, you can Baron is another story. It's a little stronger, but dragons, like one jungler on low health can still kill a dragon. Like two people on very low health can still kill a dragon at several points in the game. So it's like, I don't know. I think in theme, going with the theme of what these creatures are, I just feel like they should be a little more imposing, a little more hard to kill, a little more threatening. But we'll see. Number 8. So tier 3 and Nexus turrets should do more damage. Um, this has always been something I've thought about with League is that the turrets in this game don't do enough damage. It was way worse like when I started playing the game because they had the laser turrets, I think, for the tier 3 and the Nexus turrets where they were like lasers, and those were basically useless against a full tank. It would be very cool to see them come back and have them do like a lot of damage, but currently I think that turrets just they're they're kind of inconsequential, really. Same thing with the dragons. They just you can get dove so easily. It's players are getting better and better at diving. Um, turrets just aren't a real threat to most champions nowadays, and I think they should buff up the damage a little more. Number 9, I think most players who understand this concept could definitely agree with me here, but I think they should remove engagement-based matchmaking completely. If you don't know what engagement-based matchmaking is, it's basically the system or algorithm that Riot and many other companies like EA, a whole lot of these big matchmaking game companies use to keep you invested and keep you involved in the game. And it also extends to ranked as well. They shamelessly use the system in ranked too. And what it does is it basically keeps you in a cycle of like winning and losing. So it's not truly based on your skill. It's based on, oh, you've won a couple games, Riot's going to throw you a loss, or they're going to throw you an unavoidable loss where you don't really have a say in whether you win or lose. And that's to keep you playing longer. And it's not based on MMR, it's not based on skill-based matchmaking, it's engagement based. And it's all about getting your dopamine to keep going so you'll keep playing. And it's very a predatory system. You should look it up and do some research about it if you don't know about it, but it's actually pretty anti like user. It's very anti gamer, if you ask me. But they should remove engagement based matchmaking because you know it's just predatory and it makes the game more addictive than it needs to be. I mean, it already is a hella addictive game, but like it's really compounding the issue, and it's very for people without like a lot of self control. You can't quit on a loss. Those kind of people. It's very detrimental. It's like you'll be winning, lose, 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 and it's like, oh man, I can't stop playing. I gotta quit on a win. It's like I feel like the community knows that this stuff is there. They just don't like really. Everyone can tell that it's behind the scenes, like making you lose ranked games. But that's just the way that ranked is extraordinarily skewed in favor of like heavy grinding instead of rewarding actual like skill. Because you can be like an MMR tier better than players, but like Riot will straight up force you the loss down your throat if you're winning too much. It's It's the reason why like a 50% win rate is technically still climbing. But the difference between a 50% win rate person who plays once a week and a person who plays like every single day is the difference between them climbing. And I don't know. It's just predatory. Okay, look it up. Um, and finally, number 10. I think every wow. There's actually I'm gonna do a bonus one too. Number 10 is bring back the Blue Essence store. Right? Well, what the fuck? Like it's extraordinarily anti-consumer to like keep this locked away. What I'm hoping, because they announced like 6 months ago, and I like over maybe a year ago at this point since our last Blue Essence store, that they were basically halting it indefinitely, and we don't know when it's coming back. And it's just crazy to me because there's absolutely, for someone like me who owns all the champions, and there's tons of people who own all the champions and have bought everything you can buy with Blue Essence, there's nothing I can do with this shit now. There's nothing I can do with it. So I'm sitting on hundreds of thousands of Blue Essence, and I have nothing to spend it on, except for when the Blue Essence store rolls around and I can get my chromas, icons, all that cool fun thing, all those fun things. But Riot, I guess, doesn't want to give things away for free anymore. Um, they don't want to reward the people who play the game the most. So it's just really sad to me that they went down that path. But I'm hoping, I'm praying that they're just delaying it so they can come back with a revamped system that's very, very nice and like, really rewards people. But I don't think that's going to happen. The new Riot is all very much concerned with their profit margins and not the happiness of the players. And that segues beautifully into my last bonus thing in number 11. And that's bring back the fun modes, man. Bring back limited time modes that are actually good instead of Earth and all random, you know, uh fucking one for all. I think like Earth and one for all are the only two real modes that come back anymore. But back when I started playing this game, they had the Thresh or Star Guardian mode, which was really cool. We had Nexus Blitz that would come back. Nexus Blitz comes back every like year and a half or so, but not often enough. Bring back some of these fun modes that people can play. It doesn't make sense why Riot doesn't want to do these cool events anymore. They're very stuck in this current battle pass system they've got. They like made a very middling battle pass system that you can get prestige points and everything from, and it happens every 2 patches now. And they kind of stuck with it, and they are not interested in evolving because people buy the battle pass every time. So, and I point to TFT as an example of a battle pass done well. Like TFT's battle pass every single season, amazing. It's been getting better and better even. And the missions for them are very fun and unique to do. Like I know that the way League is designed makes missions a little harder to design them for. But like, the battle passes these days come off as pretty lazy, and the events are very lazy as well. Like I don't know. All they do nowadays is just make kind of um like persona-esque, dialogue little story things, and no one likes that. We want a mode we can play. We want a mode we can actually have fun with and play with our friends when we don't want to play normal queue. Um but hey, that's just my opinion, man. And also, it'd be so easy for them to just give us alternate map skins as well. Seasonal map skins for winter, spring. God, I know they love their Lunar New Year stuff these days. Like, why don't you make a Lunar New Year Summoner's Rift with fireworks in the background and all the other Chinese crap that they love to chill? It's just I wish they would broaden their like horizons a little bit. Even make the alternate map skins cost like 40-50 bucks. People would buy the crap out of them if you could make the map customized. It'd be awesome. But Riot just doesn't like money, I guess. They like money, but they don't. Like these ideas are great. Some of them are really great. They'd sell well. Give us Winter Summoner's Rift, man. Like that used to be a thing. It used to be a thing, and it was so fun to play. It was so seasonal, so festive. But I don't know. Ever since Riot got purchased by Tencent, the soul is kind of missing, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with that. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. These are just some ideas. Let me know in the comments what you would like Riot to change about the game, because I know we're all very passionate about it. We love the game. But yeah, anyway, this is Pseuderity signing off.